Nickel 28. Nickel wasn't used in pigments intentionally, at least, until the 20th century, when it was used in a few pigments actually, starting from the 1958 when it was introduced nickel titanium yellow. Nickel 28, up here we see the X-ray lines of nickel. We have a K alpha at 7.5 and a K beta at 8.3. As usual, we want to have a baseline, so we start with a cube of pure nickel. It's a metal. The spectrum that we get using the routine filter set has a K-alpha up to 30,000. This is indicating that using the routine filter set we can identify pigments based on titanium if the concentration is enough. Otherwise, it's better to work with the low KEV filter setup. Let's see a few examples. Nickel was used just starting from 1954 with nickel titanium yellow. It's over here in our pigment checker modern art. Nickel titanium yellow was introduced as a replacement for Naples yellows since it has the same hue. And then we have another one, is the nickel azo yellow over here in the pigment checker. This one is used more rarely. Nickel azo yellow was introduced as a replacement for Indian yellow since it has the same brownish yellow color. Let's see if we can identify the nickel peak of these pigments. The strongest one is the signal from nickel azo yellow. We analyze it with the routine filter setup. We have counts of the K alpha that is about 500 counts. So good, but just because remember here we have the pigments and the pigment checker is just at the higher concentration, it's just that pigments. So it's borderline. The formula of nickel azo, you see, is over here. Basically the only heavy element in this pigment is a nickel, and then we have all the other light element. That's why we have the strongest signal. Then when we move to nickel titanium yellow, it's basically this pigment contains nickel but also titanium and mostly antimonium. Antimonium will absorb, will interact with most of the X-rays, so that's why we have also here a lower intensity of the peak for nickel titanium yellow.